Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, we have some sad news. A Nissan GTR officially to be discontinued. Godzilla, it appears, will be no more. Perhaps retreating to a little warehouse in Japan where the last run will be stored for years with hopes of someday being more appreciated. Because lately, not many people are buying them, which is one of the reasons they are getting rid of them, or more accurately, not producing them anymore. This is first brought to our attention thanks to The Drive, specifically Andrew Collins, specifically the writer on this article. They note that, quote, last call, Nissan GTR production finally ends this year. After 17 years, Nissan's giant killing flagship is flying off toward the skyline at least. Which, I do appreciate it. If you're just listening and not visually looking at the episode today, the picture they use is the latest GTR, which I kind of do appreciate that iconic blue. Granted, I'm not enough of a Nissan enthusiast to know the specific actual vernacular name that they give it, which is probably something really cool and fancy. And it is sad to see this. They say that the R35 Nissan GTR flew past everyone's minds when it hit the streets in America in 2007. Those flash factor cooled off over the model's epic 17-year run. Still have a car, but we finally start wondering how much longer it'll be built because Nissan's just confirmed end production October 2024, which quite sad. Not too surprising. They know that it has a low volume 17-year 6-figure sports car, not really selling too well these days. And especially the GTR, they have a lot of trim levels, and it's just getting more and more expensive throughout the years. While, again, I know there's hopefully be some diehard enthusiasts to get some more contrarian statements in the comments, but to me, it never really got that much more powerful throughout the years, or more impressive or better handling throughout the years, even though aesthetically it got a little bit more angular, a little bit better. Now, another issue is the base price. The base price for the 2024, or I guess the base premium, or they call it the premium, which is their base, ironic, well, marketing. They said start list for $121,090 plus fees. And then the top dog, the Nismo, which is their top line performance, very similar to how Chevrolet has the SS trim levels. Well, Chevrolet used to when they had performance cars, digress. Now, they say that goes for $220,000 for the Nismo GTR, which, if you have basically $250,000, I don't know many people are choosing a Nissan, especially the GTR. When you get to that price point, other solutions start to become much more attractive. I mean, a lot of people are going to go with a high-end Porsche, Lamborghini, and here's got more interior pictures of showing it off. And I know what the comments might say, but I have to say it. In 17 years, Nissan, you couldn't make it in a stick shift? Really? Now, I know that probably would not boost sales more than even maybe 3%. But just for the enthusiast, just to really, and I know, I made this comment on Facebook, and everyone's saying, oh, if you want stick shift, you have to go with the Nissan 400, which, again, that's a whole different type of vehicle. This is a whole different category. This, I mean, historically speaking, I have a couple friends who have vintage GTRs. They love them. Of course, they have stick shift, as all cars should have by default. But I'm not sure how much the research development and the manufacturing of a manual transmission really would realistically cost Nissan. But I can't but think they really should have done that, especially for the final year. I mean, there are people who would pay a premium for that type of solution. Another issue is Nissan's shifting away all of their investments, so they're going to be going full on the EVs for the 18 or 19 people who want a Nissan EV, which, let's be honest, EV is a very competitive category, and Nissan's probably best known for the Nissan Leaf, which, give them credit, one of the first major manufactured EVs out there at the lowest price point. But in terms of, I mean, nowadays you're not going to beat China on price point. BYD's growing like a weed, and I don't think Nissan could realistically compete with them. And it's sad to see this iconic vehicle going away. I was never a huge fan because obviously, I mean, every car I've ever owned will always have manual transmission. Best experience bar none for me. But it was appreciated. The GTR is a cool vehicle. Of course, you see about the track days, you have a lot of horsepower. You can build them up as much as you want. There's a reason that everyone called it Godzilla. It was amazing. And yet, their sales faded so much. I think it was actually only going for just like, I think the average was almost down to one a day, which again, that unless it's a very boutique item with really hefty profit margins, that's really hard to actually maintain that vehicle as part of a lineup. So Nissan is now down just to one performance car, an enthusiast car with the 400Z, which again, that does come with manual transmission. I'll give them credit for that. That's a rare thing these days. And it is sad to see this, what was an icon, coming back. Now, given the way the government regulations are coming down and all the EPA and all the things trying to destroy enthusiasm, in my opinion. Well, with all that, and the automotive community not pushing back enough against those regulations and stipulations and all that kind of stuff, it's going to become the odds of them actually coming out with another performance car from Nissan, like a high-end, high horsepower vehicle. I won't say it's zero, but let's just say it's probably 0.0000385%. Some might argue you don't need that many zeros in front of the decimal point, but just to prove a point, why not? So it'll be sad to see Nissan, the GTR, going away. Have you ever seen one out in the wild? Did you like it? And if you were to buy one, would you, let me know. Am I the only one who wants manual transmission these days? I can't be the only one. I mean, statistically speaking, in the United States, I'm part of the 1.8% of car sales that are new with the 6 shifter every year. So definitely not a mass market. But let me know in the comments. As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.